Gentlemen,
Peace. How you feeling?
Peace.
gentlemen, big shout out to Sincere and family, Uncle E and
Yes, sir.
Sincere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining us, man. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Yeah, the treasure's all mine, man. Y'all look around my age, man.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you graduated in 92. I graduated in 92.
You see
So
what I'm saying? So
yeah.
we from the
Yeah, we
same
come.
school, man. Like, so
Yes,
it's
sir.
the treasure's all mine, man. It's not many things in life that you do that have a impact, anywhere past a decade or so. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
so I owe it to gentlemen like yourselves, and it's an energy that goes with it. It's not just flesh, warm bodies. It's also energy, man. And I really have a lot of reverence for that, man. I really do.
Indeed, indeed. Indeed. We're the same way, man. So we come from that same era, so we vibing on the same frequency, sir.
Word, I got in trouble because of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Trying to poke my chest out, trying to be that dude on the mic. I got in trouble because of y'all. Word, man. If I wasn't like trying to show my ass, man, I probably would have been all right, man.
Oh, nah.
But,
You all right, man. Come on, dog.
you know what I mean, man. It
I
was
know.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I did it for y'all. I had this thing in my head, like, man, you ain't gonna play me in front of them on hip hop like that, man. You ain't gonna play, that kind of thing.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was what we was all about in the '90s, man. Like everybody had their thing, like whether it was like sports, entertainment. Even our comedians were like really hardcore, you know what I'm saying? Like
Word.
Chris Tucker, for example. Chris Tucker didn't take no shorts, man. He went up there, he was so serious on stage, the
Shit, I
comedians, the
mean,
comics would go up there. Huh?
even Eddie Murphy. I mean, his show was called Raw. You can't get any
His
more
show
raw.
was cold. It was cold blooded, but
Word.
they used to say stuff and then they weren't laughing. Remember them that era there in the '90s, like they would say stuff funny as hell and not even crack a smile. And so
Word.
you knew that they was serious. They was like, man, you're not gonna take mine from me, man. So that was the era that I was impacted by the most, and I was influenced the most. I was my mind was malleable. I was easily provoked, you know what I'm saying, frustrated into anything like what? Like rap? Man, you ain't gonna play me in front of my folks, like that kind of thing. So
Word.
I did it for y'all, man. It
Well,
was mainly for folks that had been listening to me from all of the features and the mixtapes and stuff, and then like I was with Lost Boys, and so I felt the need to rap and stuff like that. I never thought that I would, what I'm saying, be 48 years old and 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 you know what I'm saying, rotating back around to touching the stage again, or you know what I mean?
right.
Because I put rap
That's a
down a
blessing,
lot of
man.
times in between. I put the rap down, went and did other things, that I could say probably like, define my life, other things, service to others and not just service to self. But
Right.
even when I was in rap, I do want to make it be known, man, it was really service to others, even when I was at my hardest in rap, because I can't remember a time when I was doing something strictly for myself, except for maybe a couple little times like ego, and it was strictly for myself. But for the most part, it was service to others, man. I was always just trying to hold hip hop up on my back.
For sure. You got a couple new projects coming out. You got new projects that are out. Before we talk about all of that new stuff, let's take it back just a little bit for those who may not remember, and then we're gonna work our way up. So for
Okay.
those who may not know, where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Jamaica, a little tiny island out there in the Caribbean. Kingston was the city. really St. Andrews over the border, a little hospital over there, right over the border. Um, I was a nighttime baby, born in the PM, and had family. Jamaica is a British colony, so I got um, Jamaican roots, Caribbean roots, of course, but being a British colony, I have family members that are also spread out on that side of the water, and they're on the other side of the pond, and I lived over there for a year in '84, because when I came from Jamaica, my test scores were a little bit higher than my grade than the accompanying grade that I would have been in here in the States. So I had to take a year off because my size, I was small. I was too small to be in the at least that's what everybody thought. I was just too small to be in the grade with the bigger kids. They were bigger than me. So, PT and everything, I was just outmatched and stuff like that. So I took a year off. And it's funny because it was '84. So that was the year that V came out. I remember that because we used to watch that on the TVs to sit up with my
Right.
uncles and aunts and watch V and my cousins and stuff. Watch V with the little baby came out the womb.
Yeah.
Face with the V, right? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I forgot all
saying?
about that. So,
Yeah. And Mike Donovan and Michael Ironside, and you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Ripping their faces off, and nice little shapely Diana running around and killing people on the ship. You know what I'm saying? I was
Oh,
scrolling through the other day and looking at Diana, man, like and just looking at, I was like, man, like what a wicked little broad, like you know what I'm saying? What a nice, pretty little lizard. You know,
yeah.
Diana was bow-legged. She running around on the ship, killing everybody, trying to get power. Like the '80s was the
It was
shit, man.
crazy.
Sorry
Hell
to all
yeah.
my friends. The '80s was it, man. We had it all, man. We had it all, man. We had Transformers, we had Centurions, we had GI Joe, we had all the
Don't
comic
forget the
books.
karate movies, man, and the kung fu flicks.
Yeah. That you know
Word.
what? That's coming from the late '70s
Yeah.
into the
Hey,
'80s.
I'm a
Yeah,
'73 baby, man.
right. So the karate. So now you want to take it back. You talking about when I was in Jamaica? I had a VHS. It was called a Beta.
Yeah.
VHS Beta. And my pops went overseas, played cricket, came back with a VHS Beta. VHS Beta was the big VHS tapes, and
Yeah.
so he would have movies like, well, of course, VHS Beta had, you had movies like it was all the karates, you know what I'm saying? You name it, like everything that Wu-Tang, showcased for
Right.
the world. Then you had like the Bruce Lee, seen every last one of them. Um, the Bruce films, Jackie Chan when he was a youngin, still a monk, Jet Li, and then some of the others too that it's hard to remember all of their names, but they were superstars, right? Then
Right.
you got like the Sylvester Stallone, you got Rocky, you got Carl Weathers, you know what I'm saying? Which shout out to Carl Weathers for the Mandalorian. I was very happy to see
Oh,
him get that
word.
role. I felt like
Yeah.
he totally deserved it, man. He was a super action hero to me growing up. Um, Michael Jai White didn't come out till later, but he's one of my favorite too. And then Wesley Snipes was out back when VHS Beta was out because Snipes was doing like Wildcats, right? And
Right.
Sylvester Stallone was in Victory, where he was a soccer player with Pele. You know what I'm trying to say? So
That's
I
crazy.
remember the '70s, man. You ain't never go, Clint Eastwood, Fistful of
Easily,
Dollars,
Charles
you know what I'm saying?
Bronson.
Outlaw Josie Wales, Any Which Way You Can with the orangutan, left turn, Clyde, you know what I'm saying? I remember all that, man. Oh, Burt Reynolds, God bless the dead. Burt Reynolds is one of my favorite. Cannonball Run, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homeboy Phoenix. He trying to do a real Cannonball Run in real life. If y'all know
Oh, word.
Phoenix Orion, y'all might want to give him a little interview. He's talking about this Cannonball Run for real. So we'll
Right.
see.
Dope.
But yeah, man.
So,
So yeah, the '80s. The '80s. I was here in the States. Uh, hip hop for me, you know, The Show, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, you know, Juice Crew. Um, I was in Miami at the time, early in the game. So you talking about Luke, Uncle Luke, club he had called Strawberries. You know, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. We the same age. I know y'all heard of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Never been there, but I heard of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? First time I ever seen certain things that happened later on in life, but I didn't even know them things. I didn't even know two girls could do that to each other. You know what I'm trying to say? I was seeing that at 13 years old. So yeah, man, Uncle Luke, man, me so honey, me love you a long time. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Yeah,
right.
Bass Rock Express. Um, you know, you know, Jam on It. You know, come on, man. We had it
Nucleus.
all, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had it
yeah, yeah.
all. And landline phones. For
Right,
everybody
right.
that don't know, we did all that with landline phones. Can you imagine?
Right.
It's hard to think back to that time and imagine that we survived and maneuvered the world in the way we did.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I mean?
computers. Look, no computers. We
Word.
was peaceful. You know what I'm saying? No computers. No IG. No,
You
you
had
know what I
to
mean? No,
you,
yeah,
you,
no,
you had to
no.
use maps to get across, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. None of that. You'll drop your loc, nigga. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm outside. You'll drop your loc then. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't deal with none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? These little youngins now, man. You'll drop that loc then, man. All right, I'm outside. Wow.
crazy. And they still don't
Yeah.
know how to navigate that well.
They learning, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
complicated, man. If I had just woke up in this world, probably go back to sleep, man. This thing is
Word, right?
crazy what they got them doing, man. It's too much information overload, sensory overload, man. They don't know what they want to do. They know what they want to do, but there's so many different ways to do it. It's bananas,
Right,
you know.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you just mentioned a whole bunch of different artists, from a Luke all the way to like a Slick Rick. Can you tell us a couple of artists that specifically might have influenced you to want to pick up a pen and start writing?
sure. Okay, first, you know, we gonna start with Rakim was probably well, okay, it was about five MCs. Um, I'm saying Ra because Ra is like still like really active, right? But
Okay.
the music was his lyrics was bar none. You had to learn to keep up with him. Kane was in there because Kane was just like that. He was that dark skin, you know,
Right.
he had knowledge of self, and at the same time, Kane be on the radio. Kane was like, and you know, he had the dancers and you know, Scoob and Scrap, and they was going for broke. You know what I'm saying? So you know, Rod, Kane, G Rap, his style, and nobody round like that. And then of course, you know, Craig G. I really liked his style. Master Ace. I like the whole Juice Crew. Let me put it
Okay.
like that. The whole Juice Crew, because they were all got busy. And then Special Ed, you know what I'm saying? I always liked Special
Nice.
Ed when he came out because he was a smooth dude. He was West Indian. You know what I mean? It had an effect on me. And there was another name that I was gonna say that was very influential to me. And that would have been um it jarred my memory, man. I just had him on my mind, and then I mean, I liked a lot of MCs, man. You talking about Organized Confusion, you know
hmm
what I'm saying? Like, you know, these were early rap groups, man. Leaders of the New School, you
Well,
know, Tribe
okay.
Called Quest, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Tip would rap, but Fife would really get on there and rap and go for broke.
Mm.
Oh, Black
Said Black Sheep,
That's Drez, yeah,
Drez, and
Drez, and
okay.
yeah, and not
Mr. Long.
you Mr. Long, yeah,
I know.
Drez. Drez was a very cynical MC, man.
Am I supposed to say pause when I say his name?
Yeah. It's 9.5, okay, dear. But don't forget clean underwear. He's just clowning, man. Just totally making you laugh. But I like Black Sheep because Black Sheep was a sophisticated kind of funny.
Yeah.
Very funny, man. And they had their own slang, and it was this red light hose, and this is like different types of hose. And it's just like, yo, these guys, man.
Strobe light honeys.
Yeah, strobe light honeys, and Drez could rap.
Right.
Really
He was
rap,
smooth
man.
with it too, though. It was smooth at the same time.
Drez could really rap. So, and they were funny. It was a sophisticated kind of funny. It wasn't like Uncle Luke. It was a little bit more in your face. Drez, I could play it, and moms wouldn't even really know what he was talking about exactly. You know what I'm saying? Drez was sophisticated kind of, and yeah, those are those are my favorites, man. And then, who could forget, and then of course, the Hit Squad, they were all nasty, man. You know what I'm saying? Like from, Das Effects, K Solo, Redman, Eric and Parrish, you know what I'm saying? Murray, Jamal, you know what I'm saying, and Malik, like they was some spitting MCs, man, and you can't really, it's hard to leave out those names, man. Those dudes got busy, man. All of them. We had it all in the 80s. We had it all.
Sure, for sure. You mentioned the Lost Boys. We know you down with the Fugees as well. Before all of that, was Canibus ever in any other groups, duos, or were you always solo? What was going on with Canibus prior to any of those groups?
Yeah, so I had there was a group. I was usually always a solo artist. I learned that from early, just based off of seeing how groups used to split up over the bread. You know what I'm saying? And from my Jamaican roots, I noticed too that a lot of artists, they just got to split the pie so many ways, man. You know what I'm saying? Brothers end up quarreling with each other because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to split that little bit 5 ways, man. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I learned relatively early. And I was in a group, it was called Them, like the Heralds of Extreme Metaphors. Excuse me. And dope group, you know what I'm saying? That group also split because just like weirdness, you know what I'm saying? I went and got my deal. Like I basically we did demos together, and I went to the city, Jersey City, co-managing Lost Boys. I was general manager of Group Home Entertainment, and when I came back with my recording contract, now mind you, it was a long, arduous, like uphill struggle to get there. You know what I'm saying? I left everything behind, my car payment, you know what I'm saying? My job, you know what I'm saying? I worked at the time, I was working for AT&T. Also with a subsidiary, like the Department of Justice. I had temp jobs, man. I had my mama sign me up to 4 temp jobs. She took me 4 temp jobs because I didn't want to cut my hair. I wanted like a little step side. It looked like a miniature cane with a step.
Okay.
Gumby. I didn't know what I wanted to do sometimes. And she was like, "You ain't gonna let this mess with your life, man. You go, come on, let's sign me up to these 4 temp agencies, Ronstadt, Alston, 2 others." And so I always had work. And what was good about temp work is that, you weren't locked into a certain situation, but you were encouraged to learn how to do new things. So that's how I got into learning how to operate word processors, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, all these old programs, Firefox, which was funny enough, that used to be a merge program. You know what I'm saying? So, and then also I was taking night classes at Tacoma Park College, community college in Maryland, for computer science, trying to do that. So And then I switched over to allied health, so for radiology. So I was definitely I was technology driven.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this group, the group kind of split mainly because, like I said, like I sacrificed everything, to go to New York
Mm.
and
Okay.
with Charles Suit at the time, and then Tiz, Todd Ellaby, man, his Lost Boys, basically like they were the overseers of Lost Boys and Group Home Entertainment, and shout out to them too, man, because if it wasn't for them, man, we wouldn't be here. None of us
Mm.
would. They took on the expenses and the just the risk. Took all the risk for us, and I got in where I could fit in. Like I was introduced to them through my homeboy Mo. Grew up with him, you know what I'm saying. Mo Mueni brought me to a barber shop that had a gentleman called Saeed there. God bless the dead, rest in paradise. And Saeed's barber, like sharpest barber, one of the sharpest barber in Georgia at the time. And Saeed like heard some of my music. And he was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna take you over here and introduce you to these. You ever heard of Lost Boys?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard of them." So man, he took me over there. I met with Tiz and Scoot, and next thing I was coming there after work, and I would help them print up flyers and stuff for what they were doing.
Mm.
I would get the watermark shit from Staples, do all that. Like I was efficient, man, because remember I was already in the workforce and I was already doing stuff. Like so I used to get in where I fit in, where I could merge the documents and make contracts. I could make it so you change the names on the contract, but the wordage stays the same.
Right, right, right,
I,
right.
I used
Wow.
to make it like this, and then I'd go to work and use their laser printer, and what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
Man,
mean?
you were early on with all of that stuff, man.
Yeah,
Man.
and then and all that time, like I'm writing rhymes, I'm putting in MS DOS, just soft like MS DOS and all that shit. I'm writing them rhymes, man, but
Understood that.
nobody, nobody thought it meant anything, to them it was just
Yeah.
gibberish. But when I got a chance to let it to break on them, then it turned into something.
Right.
But yeah, the group
Damn.
split because I came back with my deal. And remember, like I said, man, I'm talking about multiple demo deals. This one didn't work. That one didn't work. Nobody was really ready for my style exactly. They wanted me to be a lot more pop. The name was Canibus, so they wanted to spell it the other way, and
Mm.
they thought that I should just be smoked out all the time, and
Right, right.
everything was like it was just not where I wanted it. So I had to stick with it until I finally got my deal with UMG. And when I got the UMG deal, I ended in through because I was signed to UMG, not Sony. Like a lot of people think that I was signed to Club, but I was signed to UMG. And when I came back to Georgia with my deal, I had my homeboy Patrick with me, and we went to the crib where the group where we used to all work out and do our music. And we sat in a circle and we was kicking it, and I was like, "Look, man, I don't, I got signed. I couldn't get y'all signed, but look, um, just gonna be all over the album, man. You all over the album, then you can get your deal afterwards, man." And they was like, "All right, cool." And then they just wanted to cipher for some reason out of nowhere. I don't know why. And you know what I'm saying? The homie started dissing me, man, around around the round table. Like I started hearing rhymes that was like, "You talking to me?" You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
my homeboy Pat jumped up, man, because he was Golden Gloves, man. He jumped up, man, and got to thumping a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he was like, "Well, y'all crazy?" You know what I'm saying? Like he came back to help. What do you want to do? You mad at me because of A&R that don't know you, don't want to put your name on paperwork?
Right, right.
It's just so that's how that happened. And I suppose that maybe it was for the best, because I'd rather, if you're gonna cut my throat, man, do it early, man. Because if you try to do it late and it don't work, it's gonna hurt, man. Like it's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just get it over early, man. Because if you run with me and then you try to go left late in the game, man, it's gonna hurt, man, because I'm gonna be so livid at you. You know what I mean? Because you being just dishonest, dishonorable. I never ever was able to wrap my mind around that kind of thing, man. You gotta be, be open enough to, I mean, it's not like we owe people money. You don't owe no money or nothing, man. Just be truthful, man. If you don't like somebody, man, like for whatever reason or whatever thing is, man, it's still a free country, man. Speak your piece,
Right.
but don't hang on just to get something in order to go and turn it to a jacker later, man. It's not
Right.
no
Yeah.
honor in that.
Was that UMG deal a result of the features, or did the features come after the deal?
I production deals and stuff. And I believe like the UMG deal was sort of contingent on um, the production deal that we had acquired, also the group home had acquired, but also that like I was kind of like tearing up the circuit out there, man. Like I was tearing the circuit up. I'm talking about like not just music out, like the because remember I was with Lost Boys when they were doing Legal Drug Money,
Mm.
but I wasn't on that album because I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't get on to Love, Peace, and Happiness. And they
Okay.
put me on that album. But and then you talk about like Beats from the East and stuff, and then the Firm record, and that started to snowball. But before that, I was downtown, like the Village kind of area, Great Papayas. They had this group called,
Yeah.
this team of people called the Plague. I was with Pumpkinhead and God Bless the Dead.
Oh,
Rest
rest
in
in peace,
Paradise.
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, man. I'm talking about murderous MCs, man. Sharp, dangerous. We was all young. Our breath control was crazy, and these guys, man, they used to rhyme like monsters, man. Sometimes Priest would be down there. Aguilar, Adolf, he got a record called "Year of the Tiger Out." He
Mm.
was down there at that time.
So you
Um,
had like the Bad Seed running around at that time as well with Pumpkinhead, Nicolas
yeah,
Cage.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I was real cool with all of them. Like once we started rhyming around each other, like every other week we was out there, every week, every Wednesday. I can't remember what days or whatever, but man, once we knew who was who, man,
Mm-hmm.
whoo, it was a relationship, man. We all had fun. We used to come out, spit out bars. We were sharp, still was sharpening steel.
You probably
Iron
was
sharpens
around that.
iron.
You probably was around that area, Washington Square Park. They used to have a lot of ciphers in there, man. Most Def and
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was it was right over there by Great Papayas, man. That
Yeah.
little, yeah, you know the
The little
spot I'm
spot.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that whole area, man. Like in the
Yeah.
90,
I
what
used to
was
play
that, man?
ball
Like
at West
90,
Fourth,
94, right? Like 94, 95.
early '90s. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, it's like 93. Yeah, 99, yeah, 94, 95,
Mm-hmm.
man. 94, 95, even into 96, because Legal Drug Money came out on Uptown in
Right.
96. And yeah, man, like Pumpkinhead. And all I gotta do is say his name, right?
That's
Everybody
it.
from them days, they remember Pumpkinhead, man. Pumpkinhead was retarded with it,
Yeah, he
man.
was nasty.
He was yeah. So you had to be able to go for broke to be rhyming with them guys, man. And
Right.
that was it, man. I honed my skill there in New York with some of the best MCs downtown in the Village area, man. And there was a lot of dudes from the Plague, man. I'm forgetting their names and I'm embarrassed. There was an Ivory boy with a ponytail. I think he ran the team, like the team. Ivory boy with a ponytail. He didn't look like he
Mm.
could rap, but boy could he rap. And you know who he is too, man. I think he was the Plague was like his thing. He was the one with the pamphlets. And he pressed them up.
Mm.
And all them dudes,
Okay.
man, they were great friends to me. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of choked me up a little bit, like how time just flies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I
You
just want to
know.
give a quick sidebar, man, because you keep mentioning the Lost Boys and Mr. Cheeks. I want to give Mr. Cheeks a big shout out, and my boy Cooler Ruler Divine, who you might remember as Big Dex from back then.
Oh yeah, come on, man. Of course, that
Yeah, yeah,
Quasar.
yeah.
Come on, Big
Yeah,
Dex
yes,
Quasar.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's
the
my man.
cheeks,
So I want to just give them a
absolutely.
big shout out to them, man.
For
Word
sure.
up.
For
Very
sure. They
dope.
was, they style was so original, man. You
Yeah.
couldn't ever like dismiss what they did for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They were role warriors. Um and like I said, man, groups, man, is hard. Groups are hard to keep, what I'm saying, fuel, and you got to put the gas in the tank when it's a group. Sometimes someone want to break this way, like, nah, I want to go this way, I want to go this way. And then you just, groups are very hard to keep together, you know.
You talked a little bit about honing your skills before your debut album. I want to kind of highlight some of those tracks that gave Canibus such a huge buzz in the mid 90s. Take us back to your memory of Music Makes Me High remix with the Dog Pound.
Yeah, so that was, I would say that was a ready for prime time moment. I think that because of Corrupt, they needed me, like, you know, my side of the fence. They needed me there to just somewhat make sure Corrupt didn't just run roughshod over everybody. Corrupt was a disastrous
Yeah.
MC, man. Like, let's not pull no punches. Let's not even try to front a little bit. Ricardo Brown was one of the nastiest MCs, man, that could still get on some pimp shit and go sell 1,000,000 records with Snoopy. Will, he calls him Snoopy, but Snoop, Corrupt.
Right, right.
And everybody that knows. Anybody who's ever around him, man, he rhyme, man, you already know. And Corrupt, it wasn't always sitting there writing and none of that, man. So he just go off the top. Corrupt was a problem. And it was known, you know what I'm saying? And I had a chance to see what that was about up close and personal. And I was glad that I had a chance to get even like some kind of a warning, because you think that when he was, it ain't no fun, we can't have none. It ain't no fun. And you get it twisted and you think he don't go for broke, you know what I'm saying? Because he's sitting up there rhyming with Snoop and on Doggy Style, and you don't know. And then all of a sudden, you start talking about mustard gas and you know what I'm saying, and roping you up, tie you to this, and you like, but those was the good days of Corrupt. Showed me love, man. He showed me love early. Sat by the pool, drilled me for like an hour, man. Just me and him going back and forth, man. And he showed me love, man. And I think that that's what they wanted me on there for. Like, my side of the fence, they just wanted me on there, man, because Corrupt was a problem. Like, they didn't have no defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, Corrupt was just, you know what I mean? He was just gonna tear that Music Makes Me High Joan up, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm being honest. That's what I think it was about now.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't on the track, man, Corrupt was just going, man, tear that track to pieces, man. It was nobody repping, you know what I'm saying? And it was East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, so it was all love. But Corrupt was a hybrid because he was from the East too, from Philly. So, and Philly MCs ain't no joke. So it was just, he was a hybrid, man. It wasn't fair. You know what I'm saying? So I brought a little bit of balance to it. While I didn't have his expertise and I didn't have his experience, and it was deep, man, because we were all so young, and he had already been out years before I'd even come to LA. The first time I went to LA was 96. Corrupt been out since 92. I remember, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
And then K Solo, like Solo, they even K Solo and Rupp, like they got like an old tape you play them, and Rupp is like, Low told me when I put them on the phone together, when they was talking, they were laughing and stuff like that, because they remember them days. Like Corrupt was he was he was Death Row defensive measure and offensive. He was there, you know what I'm saying? Icelander missile, man. He could handle all payloads, man. He could get on there and talk that pimp shit. Now Daz is dope too, but I'm talking about Corrupt special skill set, man. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
dangerous that way. He was able to do everything,
Right.
you know, except like a twister jump. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like that's the only thing that he did. That's the only lane he wouldn't just hop into was the twister lane. You know,
Right. Yeah, corrupt as
besides
hell.
that, them lyrics is crazy. So anyway, yeah. So that's Music Makes Me High.
What about Uniform from the Rhyme and Reason soundtrack with Razkaz and Helter Skelter?
Okay, shout out to Helter Skelter and Raz for that. I will tell you that I believe that that was the first track that I did at all. Like
Okay.
Okay.
in New York, Rhyme or Reason, that was the first big thing that I was on. It was the Rhyme or Reason soundtrack, and Raz did make that call me down to the studio. Helter Skelter was there. He was like, "Yo, I need you down here right now." And I came down there, and Helter Skelter was there. You know, them niggas laughing at me and shit. They, they Sean P and Rock, man, them two, man. You know, it's funny because even though we was all young, their voices was still deep. Them niggas had hair on their face. Niggas was smoking some dangerous shit. Yo, them niggas, man. They was grown men, you know what I'm saying? Even though we was all young, they was young grown men. And their bodies was big ass chests and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like long, you know what I mean? Long arms, like yeah, man. And they like they let me get busy on that record, man, and they left it. They kept it. Like I remember Ruck and Rock saying, "Yeah, I like that shit. Yo, keep it." You know what I'm saying? Niggas, I can't even remember what I said on it, but I was trying, man. I was trying my best, man, because I knew who Ruck and Rock was, man. I knew the whole Duck Down. Remember? Oh, like you asked influence, like Black Moon, man. You know what I'm saying? That whole Duck Down, man, that roster, that entire Smith and Wesson, Buckshot Shorty, 5FT,
5FT,
all of them.
yeah.
You know,
Shout out to the beat miners.
That old Duck Down roster was something to deal with, man. It was something to record with. You know what I mean?
Right. Common's album "One Day It All Makes Sense" turns 25 this year. What do you remember about jumping on the track?
Common, man. Common. I did everything because of Common. Because I remember Soul by the Pound. I love that brother, man. His style. You know, that little light skinned brother can rap his ass off. That brother, man, that red brother can rap. You know what I'm saying? And I always liked him. And he was nasty with it. And just Sold by the Pound. I used to bump that jump, my little car down in the A, man. I'm talking about I popped the tape, man. You know what I'm saying? Common was nasty. I don't care what nobody say. And if anybody tried to get at him on them rhymes, man, he would defend it. He would draw a sword. And I always respected that about him, man. He draw a sword, man. You know what I'm saying? Common was always like that. He was that dude. And then you look at the Shy now and you realize that's where he was from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before the internet and everything, like nobody really knew how heavy the Shy was, you know. When I was living out that way, man, I had my black ass over there in Naperville, man. I didn't even go down there to where they was. I'm in Naperville, yo, them boys down there, you know. But yeah, man, Common. I did it because of him. I was walking. I think I was coming from Frankfurt and Wayne or something. I was walking on the street and he just stepped to me and was like, "Yo, Canibus," and you know he's job big, man. And he said, Canibus. I said, yeah, what's up? I said, oh shit, Common. And then he jabbed me up because he was happy that I knew, you know what I mean? Because I didn't wait. I was like, oh shit, Common Sense, what up? Jabbed up. And you know, we was young, so he got a little ski jump nose. Got a little ski jump nose and shit. You know what I'm saying? We was all young, no hair on the face, really. He was like, yo, you know, I think he pigeon-toed too, man, because he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all young. And he was like, yo, man, he said, yo, I need you on this track right now. I said, what track? He was like, yo, man, I'm mixing the night bits. Come on, man, I need you on it. I said, all right, man. Tell me, where did I make master in Frankfurt or Wayne's, where I just came from? And I was like, all right. And back then it wasn't no, I don't think it was it email? Hell no, it wasn't no email, man. He gave me the track. I had to go. He had a courier send it. That's what happened. He had the courier send the beat. The couriers, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to New York couriers, man. Bicycle couriers. Dude, man. That dudes deserve facts, man. Them bicycle couriers, man. Without them, New York wouldn't even exist. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And
And they
them
had to be there
mad,
at a timely manner too.
madmen, they be having dreadlocks. They was always the outcasts, dreadlocks with the speedos on, you know what I'm saying? They going through they was rebels, you know what I'm saying? They ain't want to, rebels. They got tattoos, ear, nose ring, all that shit. And them niggas blowing snot on the side of your car window, like they was going, you know what I'm saying? I love them, man. But yeah, man, he sent the courier, sent me the beat. I got right to it. And I did it because of Common. I've seen things we talking about, yo, he did this, he did that on the track. Nah, man, I was just trying to keep pace with Common, man. Common was one of those MCs, man, and I'm gonna add him to the list of influential artists, man, because he was early in the game. And what I loved about him was he's draw sword, man. You couldn't play with him on that mic and think he was gonna get away with it. He would draw his sword, and in defense of hip hop, the flag, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
And he always had just the right amount of elixir. You got them MCs that they overdo it, right? He would give you just the right amount, man. Like, hey, watch it now. He draw the line like, watch it now. Spank you with the flat part of the sword. You know what I mean? Common was right and exact.
Right. Take us back to getting that phone call for 4321.
So the 4321. That happened on the strength of I can't front Jamel. Jamel and Ty Fife was around, but mainly Jamel. Jamel used to take me through the studios. He was real, like he was with Eric Sherman, but he also like had his own thing going on. Jamel was a mysterious character, man. You know what I'm saying? He knew the floor well, the halls, the labels, he knew them well, and he would walk them. And he walked me over to, I think it was Violator at the time, or it wasn't any of the studios that I used to visit often. It was another studio. I think it was, I can't be sure, but he walked me into that building, and he was, through just relationships, he was kicking it, talking, and got me on that track. At least that was the day that I was introduced to that's the day that I met L. And I also saw, pretty little Tracy Waples, wherever she at, you know what I'm saying? And Dave Lighty, that's when I met Dave Lighty, also met Chris Lighty. God bless the dead, rest in peace to Chris. I do, because Chris was like our president. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris was hip hop's president. I will say that. There's no doubt about it. He was our president, because once Chris was gone, you do the play the tape, see how hip hop changed for us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, and then that's my experience, man. All this is my opinion, you know what I'm saying? I don't
definitely.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. He walked the floor. I met those guys. Irv Gotti was there too. Irv was like real high energy, man. Like nobody knew Irv was going. You knew Irv was going to kill it with something, but you never knew Irv was going to end up doing what he did. Shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, all those people, man. They all made their bones from nothing, man. You talking about dudes, people that is like, you look at them, and that's the thing about hip hop. You could tell who had the ambition, but we all had ambition. It's like when 50 came with Ready to Get Rich or Die Trying, and Biggie came with Ready to Die. Like we was all ready to die. We were all ready to kind of like get rich or die trying, or get known or die trying. Like it wasn't get rich or die trying for everybody. Some people was like, you know, spit rhymes or die trying, or you know what I'm saying, get in the cipher or die trying. You know what I'm saying? We were all doing something with all the marbles. This was for all the marbles, and that's the era that we came from. So 4321 happened through Jamel, really, because I don't think if Jamel didn't bring me up there, I would have never made. I would have never known those guys, right? I never met them. And to tell you the truth, I mean, I know everybody got their thoughts and everything about stuff, but it's like, you know, I had the firm shit, you know what I'm saying? I had the beats from the East, you know, courtesy of Lost Boys, and then Redman let me go. He let me spit them 50 bars and didn't protest, didn't get mad about it or nothing. Like Redman was that dude, man. And Reggie let me go on the track, you know what I'm saying? Cheeks and them let me go too, but Reggie could have easily said, yo, man, take that shit off of there, man. Or or Reggie could have went 50 bars and demolished me if he really put his head to it. I mean, you know, because his rhyme was tight. What he said, you know, we don't jack with cars, we jack aircraft carriers. Then milk the magnesia. He started going, but he let me go. He was walking me out to the thing, and then I get to the dog park, and he let my leash off and let me go.
Right.
I love him for that, because that's what hip hop is about. This Master Builders project that I got right now on CandyNFT.com, it's about that. I'm on there going berserk, but I got MCs on there who I know, you know what I'm saying, they deserve to go, and I'm not sitting up there counting bars. some of them out rhyme me, you know what I'm saying, in bar count and all that, and then I come on and I say what I want to say, but I'm not holding nobody back. Never had. Born Son, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the elite MCs. He's been around long enough. It's his turn to have his debut album. And so, you know, I'm presenting that album to the world, to the hip hop world, the underground hip hop world, as far as it could go. And, you know, I co-sign it, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Redman did with me on and Lost Boys. That's what they did. But Reggie, as a chief lyricist, he let me go. And so I could have done without 4321, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I could have done without it. It was extra. It was something extra that, you know, I wasn't needed. I wasn't necessary. I had Method Man on there, Redman on there. You know, DMX was on there.
DMX, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? God bless the chief. You know what I'm saying? The chief rocker and shit. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
sir.
you know, he and then later on they brought P on there. Now, I didn't understand until later on. I saw that, oh, okay, Master P got this whole thing. You know, then you start to see the Source magazine. You see these dogs with gold teeth and you know, diamond chokers. You see, you like, oh, okay, like, and then looking at the Netflix joint from back in it, watching the Netflix thing like, I should have got down with Cash. Well, I mean, with
No Limit.
I should have went over there and been like, yo, man, just give me the round, let me go. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's funny to me how,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just had all the marbles, and it just seemed like my run was just like, there was a lot of tug of war going on with my run, man. The 42-1 was one of them. Like, you know, I was left out the video. Jocelyn Cooper Gilstrap had to make that call and tell the gentleman, like, look, you don't put him in that video, I'm telling. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling. And I was sitting in the room on intercom, and the guy was like, oh, okay. I'm not talking about no artist, man. I'm talking about, you know, head honcho stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, look, don't do that. Okay, I can do that. We'll set up the ticket. You know what I'm saying? And I was out there by myself to shoot my part all by myself. Nobody's around. Like, and you know, it's ironic because he decided to be in the football gear and stuff like that. And the irony, and there was these people that had a wedding not too long ago, and they redid 4321. And I want to send a shout out to that couple. I hope the honeymoon is still going great for them and stuff. It was on IG or internet somewhere. It's a very nice remix they did of 4221. But I wanna highlight how I was in the football uniform, and I did running back when I was really young. Got my ass busted once or twice, man. And left it alone because I was fast, but I just didn't have the muscle, right? But I was out there. I was by myself in the shot, and the irony of it is, all I ever wanted to do, man, you can hear it from the names that I mentioned in the artists. All I ever wanted to do was come off the benches and walk out onto the field and play with my favorites. Play on the field with my favorites. Make a play. You know what I'm saying? Get a little yardage for the hip hop flag. Everybody got their different cliques, crews, squads, teams. You know what I mean? But it's only one hip hop flag. It should be, at least only one hip hop flag, no matter where you're from. Should only be one hip hop flag. Different teams, sure, but one hip hop flag. And I feel like I know that is what I was trying to do, and I think now it comes across. Now it can be believed. Now, you know what I'm saying. You say it before, it might sound like lip service, but now, I mean, what else was I trying to do? If I wasn't just trying to come out on the field and play with the greats, what was I trying to do? Was I trying to steal something from them? Was I trying to take something from them? Have I, what I'm saying? Have I not like shown, what I'm saying, like pound of flesh, what I'm saying? Have I not like walked the line, been whooped, been, vinegar in the wounds, like, been crucified, like even down to 2012 when I got in there with Diz, I did that for hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't expect for it to go that way, but at the same time, when it did go left, I mean, mind you, my shoulder was ripped out the goddamn socket. It was dislocated. I had stitches in my head, and I don't know if people could sit and say, no excuses. Okay, well, let me see you rap like that. You know what I'm saying? Painkillers. You know what I'm saying? Like you next. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you next, and let's see what you do and how you do. Right. So, you know what I mean? I was the original preface for that was I was getting in there with them young killers for hip hop, for the flag. Like I was like, man, all right. You know what I'm saying? I knew that, a lot of them looked up to me, prior to, and you know what? I was in dog shape before the incident, man. So, you know what I mean? Like it just wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to happen the way that I was trying to do it, and I was trying to beat Diz and then, shit on the rap, the battle rap circuit. I was trying to enhance it all, a rising tide raises all boats. And this is an example of what I've pretty much done throughout my career. You know what I'm saying? Like all the artists I done put on, I haven't signed any of them. I didn't have no paperwork with none of them, never signed one of them. They were all free to go on their own direction and get their own deals and do those. No paperwork, man. What does that tell you?
Right.
Still got significant shine time. So and 2012, I was crucified. You know what I'm saying? Like I was crucified that night.
Right.
And hip hop didn't give a fuck. Every magazine or internet thing you could think of, they were just like sharpening their teeth. Chief, they were so happy to see, like, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know what would you want to call me, like what was I? Was I a piece of trash? Was I a failed titan? Was I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, they were so happy to see it. And it was only the ones who are here now. We got the show tomorrow. We got CandyNFT.com. I got, so many things that I got going on. I got Marco Polo's project going on with him. I got these dope features with different artists, future projects coming. I don't want to say no names, Matt know who they are. I got a lot of things going, and it's all bringing other artists to the table. This the Master Builders, this First Deployment, Born Son, Royal Crown Cartel, RCC. Excuse me. There's a lot of things that I have that are happening that they are the ones that rose me from the ashes, man, and said, "Yo, don't give it up now. There's no reason to." And they did it by their actions and not just their words. You know, they
Mm.
provide beats, they provide platforms, they get on these tracks. You know, even when Diz did Battle Buddies for Life with me, like Diz, you know, Diz could have said no. He did the track because he wanted to do the track. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm trying to
Right,
say
right.
is hip hop went off in a direction where I never thought hip hop was that, and it changed me. Like because
Mm.
that was a real crucifixion, yo. Like allegorically, but it was real.
Mm.
Like because I'm still walking around, I'm still alive.
Right, right,
Wouldn't think after the way they was talking, they was like, "Oh, she's dead." You type in,
right.
"Canibus dead," it Google, it really comes up because of all of the query where people was talking to you. They was so nasty about that, man. I was like, wow, like was I that much of a
Yeah,
villain?
yeah. I just want to take a second and say I never really could figure out because just like you said, right there, you had it seemed like you were always battling, always trying to battle to stand your ground, to represent who you were. And I never quite understood why that was kind of happening to you, right? But I do want to say I want to commend you and have a lot of respect for you because not many would be sitting here even right now with us talking, having gone through all of the stuff that you've gone through, and you're still here with your head up high. Numerous amount of work. I mean, it's like we could be here for 5 6 hours if we really dove in to all of your projects. You know what I mean, and everything you've accomplished. Um, by the way, congratulations on that induction in the DC Hip Hop Museum as well.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
but it's I mean, and I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart, man, because
I believe you, man.
I always like I said, I would always pay attention. And it's funny you mentioned about that diss thing, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. No bullshit, no line. I never people would, oh, did you see that? Did you see this? And trying to show I never ever watched any of those publications, any of that stuff, because it's like you said, it seemed like they were just talking trash just to be talking trash, not because there was some real legitimate thing about it.
Yeah,
I couldn't even tell you, I couldn't mention to you any publication that was talking about. I blocked all of that out because
yeah,
to me, in my opinion, it didn't matter. I was always a fan of you as an artist and what you represented. So I just
I
want to
know.
take that 1 second to commend you, man, and tell you that we appreciate, you know
Yo,
what I'm saying,
listen,
everything you've done up until now, and I know you're going to continue to do.
yo, yeah, God willing, I tell you, I only speak on it now this way to sort of, because I know, yo, I ain't the first and I ain't gonna be the last, man.
Right,
Like
right,
there's artists out there that are going through that right now and will go through it where they won't know how to handle it because
right.
I'd never seen it before. I've never seen that kind of just the media, everything just pouncing.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like I'm not allowed to make no mistakes. You know what I'm
Right,
trying to
right.
say? When you know what I'm saying, every artist, especially rap artists, from our era, complicated lives, things like hey, we all made mistakes, man. We all make mistakes, and sometimes it's on and off the mic.
Mhm.
You know, I make mistakes too. Probably make more on the mic than I do off. I make mistakes off the mic. I'm just saying that
We're all human.
yeah, and when you think like how X is no longer with us, and X I came up like right next to him, you know what I mean, and it's like to
Big
see
pun.
how he was such a he was such a bright burning star, you know what I'm trying to say, that and then was nobody there to stop what happening from him. Hip hop didn't save him. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right, right,
know,
right.
I know, I know. Allegorically, people say yeah, it saved him because he could have done different things with his life, and and it saved him because he was around for longer. But I just mean like when it comes down to it, you don't really see hip hop throwing no life jackets to get their own out of things, but yet they inspire the youth to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like every single generation of hip hop that you see, the ones that come out and they start getting it and they got all of this, you know, just all of this. Now, mind you, let's keep it all the way a buck. You know, they still got to dig themselves out of those deals. You know, they owe a lot of money. You know, it takes a lot of record sales before you're out of the red into the black and then into the green. Some never make it. We know the real. But the truth about it, though, is that in spite of all of that, you rarely see the life jackets, man, like being thrown in the water. And I said on my last interview with this other interview, it is just so great. And yet hip hop fulfill those needs. Yeah, we still here? Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying the need is great, and hip hop doesn't fulfill those needs. It's embarrassing to me. And like I said, 2012 changed me because it was a crucifixion. I acknowledged it as that, and now I don't even get like really personally involved with it no more. I realized that, you know what, man, we had it all in the 80s. And in the 90s, like we had it all. We really had the love, man. There was no money like that, man. Motherfuckers used to go pick each other up, drive cross state, cross country even. There was talent shows that I remember that were in New York at the Marriott Marquis, man. We would drive from Georgia, from Atlanta, or even Florida, Miami, to the Marriott Marquis for a showcase with what was the A&R name at Def Jam? Kevin not Lyles was another guy. No, Kevin Lyles was always like a VP kind of guy. But Kevin something. Kevin
I don't remember.
He was in A&R, big, you know, position there. And I remember like driving there, man, yo, our tires were so bald, man, from mosquito bited. The Jonah pop, you know what I'm trying to say? Like that's how bald them tires was, man. And we all put it on gas money one way. Didn't know how I was gonna get back. And get back, we find a way to get back the other way. So I just them days, man, you know, we threw each other life jackets back then, man. You know, but now that we're older, you kind of look at it, you be like, well, where's the 401k, man? Like, where's the pension? Where's the, you know, Social Security if you didn't have another job? You know, I put the music down and been in the workforce, so I'll get a Social Security check. Believe you me, man. Like I'm not out here with nothing but rap. Like I got other craft skills, you know what I'm saying, hard skills, but transferable skills. But I tell you, man, like 2012, man, you know. But shout out to Diz though, and the whole Battle League. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We did that, man. We yeah, so you was going back to the 4-2-1. I told you I could have did without it. Yeah.
Right.
Around this time, I'm sorry, you got
No, go ahead.
Okay. Around this time, we had talked to Mike Geronimo about a specific video, and we got his opinion on what happened that day, the phone call.
That's where I was going.
Yeah, he vaguely remembers. But take us back to that day. Big Pun, John Forte, Mos Def. What happened that day? How did you get the phone call, and what took place that day?
Wow. Okay. So let's see here. So that's Geronimo and
Big Pun.
And Forte. So look, shout out to Geronimo and Forte. And, you know, and myself, we're still here, right? And then God bless, you know what I'm saying, our fallen, you know what I'm saying, comrades in the kingdom, right? Because the irony of it is, you know what I mean, like 3 of them, 2 of them is gone, right? Around that table, right? Am I remembering it right? It's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Here. All right.
X and Pun.
Right. And so that all by itself it always hits me hard because it's like, hey, and I always never fail to say, man, that's Torre, man. Torre was the one
Oh, wow.
that filmed that. Torre, the little dude with the little afro, he
Right,
started
right.
seeing on CNN, standing next to all them nice little pretty bras and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I used to say to myself, Torre didn't never just reach out and just say, yo, Canibus, man, that thing went well, man. Let's do part 2. Or, you know what I'm saying? Torre
Right.
just use a nigga, man. Like, damn, Torre, like shit, nigga, you all over the whole. And yeah, I said, nigga, you all over the goddamn everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He walking the red carpet, all this shit. Like, damn, Torre, like, come back. See, these are the things that I'm talking about. No, not to kick no dirt on Torre. It's everybody, man. You know, when I did the Beef DVD, when it came to the house, you know, I was happy that I had a nice place for them to come to. You know, I was glad that I could show that, yeah. I said, I remember I was young, so I was a little bit, you know, up here. I was in my head. I was in my zone, poking out my chest a little bit. But it felt good that I had a nice place for them to come to instead of you coming to interview me under a bridge. You know what I'm trying to say? Like asking me about
Right.
what they want, what hip hop want. They want to come interview you under the bridge with your trolley. Like, yo, so if there's anything you regret, do you regret anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, what they want to do. They're like Tom Green, put shit on the mic and be like, yeah, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and this is hip hop is always got jokes that way. And when you have like somewhat of a shield around it and there's no jokes, they beat you for the money. So then the joke is on you later, meaning when the paperwork was signed, when that little sign off, like, hey, I just need you to sign off on this right here. I didn't know that meant that, oh, you about to go sell this beat DVD for like, you know, it's about to go a dozen times platinum, about to go diamond in DVD terms. Like, I don't know how much that thing sold, man. And I don't get nothing from it. Nothing. Wow. And I let you into my home. You know, you got the camera all around. Like, to this day, you could look at, you could see it. Like, that was my personal abode. You know what I mean? Like, and these are the things that I'm talking about. You know, and these guys, man, they get to go on. I'm not saying that they're the villains. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, how can I be a villain in any capacity in hip hop and they not be villains, man?
Right.
From hip hop, I gave. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right. But it's like it's like what you were saying as far as even the reference to throwing a lifeline. It's like, okay, maybe you going and selling these DVDs and doing your thing on the strength that he came and interviewed you, but at some point in time, there should be some kind of reciprocal, you know, reach
of
back
course.
at
I
some
mean,
point.
if you just want to just look at it like, I mean, you must have put your kids through school with some of that bread. Like, I know we all know who did the beat DVD, and we all know, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we grown men, yo. Like, you know, we talking here, we communicating, man. Nobody is blaming anybody or saying anything. But I mean, you know, you got to keep it all the way a buck. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, Torre did that little thing. You asking me about it now? I got nothing.
Right.
But it's like some part of this classic dialogue or monologue or whatever, right? Or doctrine. And then same thing with the beat DVD. It's part of this classic thing, and yet, you know what I'm saying, I didn't get nothing from it. You know what I'm saying? And then some of these artists that were at that table, they didn't get nothing from it.
Right.
You know, had they got something from it, maybe they be here still, is what I'm trying to say. That's where I'm going with it.
Right.
Like Geronimo, you know, we could all use something from that Torre video. We could all use something from that. I know I could. Geronimo could. You know, Forte, I don't know. Forte's a smart one, man. He might be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know,
the smart one. Like I heard, you know, one of my homies was going through the intercoastal on the boats, there's little boat rides, and they show you the back of Oprah's crib and the back of Don Johnson's crib or whatever. And somebody mentioned like, yeah, it's right there. It's John Forte's house from you might remember. And the homie called me like, yo, Forte live on the intercoastal. I said, for real? He said, yeah, man, just said John Forte also. I said, what? So Forte's a tricky one, you know what I'm saying? But people don't know, Forte went to Exeter school.
Okay.
And so Forte was like the only dude that I knew that looked like me and was relatively my age that could read the stock market, Joe. He knew what the tickers and all that stuff meant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's tricky. He's a tricky one. You never know. But other than that, yeah, Geronimo could use. I could use it too. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But it's not there for us. You know what I'm saying? Our fallen comrades, like they deserve, their families deserve to have that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Rap is just like such a little bitch ass little system, man. You know what I'm saying? Like rap just got this little weak ass little system, man. They so tough on each other, as if we don't already have other barriers and deal with, and they so rough on each other, knowing that, man, we all we got, and they wait till the buzzer till everybody's like old, and then they trying to call everybody to the arms, like, yo, we it's so fake, man. You know what I'm trying to say? My team in hip hop is real. They come out to see me. They not part of the rap hip hop thing. They love other artists, but they down with me, man. And down with my struggle. What happened to me? There's a separation now. You know what I'm saying? This is not those words that you said to me. Those are heartfelt words. You know, Uncle E. Those are heartfelt words you said. That's part of what I mean. That's why I continue. You know what I mean? If it was just some broad-reaching, you know, trying like a hip hop thing, like, man, that shit don't mean nothing to me, man. It's not real.
Right.
But yeah, so the round table, what was it like? Looking back on it, I gotta say that the desire to win was so thick. The fog of like the fog of like proof was so thick. Like, prove it, show me that fog or that ether, whatever, you know, how a gas, I don't know, you know, however you can try to like quantize it into something that's palatable. It was so thick around that table. You could feel it. Like, Pun wanted to rhyme 1,000 miles an hour. X wanted to just flip that shit over and yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was smoking the cigarettes to keep from doing that. You know what I'm saying? Forte, he wanted to rhyme too, and then Geronimo wanted to rhyme, but Pun and X, and I was kind of like sitting there, and I was like, man, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? These guys, you know what I'm trying to say, like, kind of caught me off guard because I didn't even really know we was going to that round table. Like, Torre set that up, and he's probably looking for like because remember at the Hot 97 with Flex, X, and Nori, Pun was downstairs and couldn't get upstairs, and so Torre sort of like set it up where he had three of that was up at the Flex thing. He had three of us there around the table. Well, you know, he should have put us fucking a gymnasium if he wanted niggas to rap. You know what I'm saying? He pretty ass already. He put us in a nice little restaurant and ordering motherfucking it was like with like Cornish hens and shit. Like, I was just getting a little Cornish hen. I wasn't thinking about rapping. You know what I'm trying to say? It was a nice little restaurant. It was like Little Italy or some type of shit. And so I just remember the energy was so thick. but we knew we couldn't really rhyme like how we would have wanted to rhyme because you were all sitting down. We weren't standing up. You know what I'm trying to say? If you remember, right? Like you could tell that stand if it was that kind of thing. But that energy was there though. And Fun would have definitely stood the fuck up and started to get at. So would X, and so would I. But I'm glad it didn't go that route. But that's what I could. That's how it felt. It felt like it was like some kind of like a funk flex, like a remix. And
right.
Whoever set it up was trying to, okay, if we just put them around the table and but they put a Cornish hen in my face.
Right intentions, wrong setting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, nice, smooth leather seats and shit. It was like some little Italy restaurant. Come and pour your water and shit, refill. Like, hell nah, niggas don't feel like tearing each other to fucking kibbles and bits, man. We was enjoying each other's company, but it was there because none of us were really like this yet. With no music, like. We were still trying to get there. We were still showboating.
Trying to put that stamp. Man. Trying to put that mark.
Yeah, because nobody had an album out going into '98. So yeah, good times.
It was good times, and I want people to, anybody that paying attention or anything, like, understand that it is cycles. And while you might feel like how it was around that table right now or any time in your career, remember that if life lasts, God willing, you grow beyond that, and you want it to be something that you could look back on and have a graceful, interpretation of it later. Don't ever think that what you're doing is just definitive and it's over with and it's done. Like, man, especially now with all these cameras out here on people, like, you just never know nowadays what it's going to be spin like. So try to do your best to make it something that's graceful, man, because, you know what I'm saying? I miss those brothers, man. I miss it. I wish we could do like a tour reunion or even like do like an album together. You know what I mean? I miss them,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Uncle E says, man, we could stay here for 5 hours talking about your discography from the 2000s, but unfortunately, we don't have that much time. But catch us up on your recent projects. I see you recently emerged 2021. Take us back to that and work us way up to what you got going on now.
So, it's so hard to remember everything. I know the beginning of this year, I came with this Kaiju record.
Kaiju, yeah.
And the Kaiju was just like, Kaiju means like just like Godzilla, King Kong, Rodan, like it just smashed the city, man. Like all I could think of was like, if I'm coming back, you know what, man? I'm gonna step on somebody's city. I'm gonna step on a couple of cities, man. I'm just gonna drag my feet over the highways, and I'm just gonna, what I'm saying? Like, that's how it felt, and that's how I was felt on them rhymes, man. I just felt like I wanted to just roar. I felt like some kind of a mechanical, giant, and I just wanted to just go crazy. And Body Bag Ben gave me them dark beats. And I just went for broke, you know what I'm saying? So Kaiju was a fun record. I had a fun time doing that album. One of my favorite, of course, like Hydra. I like, and then of course like Versus. Like I really like Versus. Versus was the last track recorded on the album. Funny enough, hip hop was like mum about it. I mean, what did you think about that one, Sincere, Uncle E? What do y'all think about Versus?
I like the project overall, man. I think it was dope, man. I like the whole concept and everything. And that one you talking about, I see. I mean, again, I'm a fan, man. So
right,
I'm biased, bro.
You're a brotherhood. You part of the brotherhood, man. Yeah,
I'm biased. I can't really think of something that I'm gonna say like, damn, that shit was whacked by Canibus. I don't know.
Canibus is never. Yeah,
but you remember though, versus how like when it started, the first couple seconds, you ain't really know because I rock him with Lord God, Bruce Snoop, Bruce, right? On it, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know where it's going, and then all of a sudden, you start to get it, right? Because we hip hop, man, so we get it. We're like, oh shit, this nigga doing dream teams, right? And then you know, just like Shabazz versus Bad Bunny, like then it start to get funny, you know what I'm saying? And I start playing with it, you know, me versus Megan Thee Stallion naked and all this funny shit. And it's like, you know, where I say Lauryn Hill versus Bushwick Bill, like just having fun, you know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed the record, and I made that record. Wasn't making fun of nobody. I was enjoying it, you know what I'm saying? And to considering I might have left a couple names out here and there, and I could do a part 2, or someone else could do a part 2. You know what I'm saying? It would be fun to hear somebody else like in their experiences and stuff. But even these little youngins, like they could come out and do their versions of verses. But I enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? And I just that's the kind of thing what. You know what I'm saying? Like, I owe that to y'all, man. Like, if I still wasn't having no fun with this, you couldn't get a record like that out of me, man. You know how long that record took to sequence it together? I did it in one night.
Wow.
Born Son helped me because there were names that I couldn't, you know, I'm like, yo, who was the artist that did that again? He'd be like, oh yeah,
right.
Or LOG, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I needed help. Like it was like, come on, man. Like I ain't got all that, all of it here in my brain. So, but it took one night. I'm talking about no sleeping though. Talk about sitting there looking at it. Matt calling me like, hey guys, I need it turned in now. What's going on? Listen, man, this record, you're going to really like this record. Yeah, I don't really care. I just want to get it. We need it now. And when I sent it to him, he's like, yeah, I like this one now. Woo! Like, you know when that song comes on, says, yeah, this is the funny joke. What is it? Raya Cosby. Raya Cosby said, you remind me a little bit of time. Like a weird ass song. It's the weirdest song in the world. You know what I'm saying? It is like the elevator music that was playing. Meanwhile, I was trying to get this record done. And when I got verses done, and I said, all right, throw that in there. That was the icing on the cake. I really love that record. I love Body Bag Band, you know, hands up in the air, Body Bag Band. And then we went on to One Step Infinity, and One Step Closer to Infinity, and the producer for that, I'm tripping, man.
Bronze Nazareth.
No, okay, Bronze was one of the producers. So One Step Closer to Infinity, you know, Hands in the Air for A Villa, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
One Step Closer to Infinity, that record, that album was crazy. And like I said, you know, it's a lot more involved in terms of rhyme technique, you know, syllable arrangement, syllable placement, you know, a whole lot more different. And then following this OCD Infinite project that I'm working on. And then next was the Pete Rock one, which I wanted it to be more, but I had to work with what I had, right? So and that track on there, you know, Poets Palaquin, you know, I really like that track, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people told me they love it, you know, but I really, I love it myself. I listen to that thing, I'm like, wow, man, this Poets Palaquin shit is crazy because it's just talking madness and the rhyme flow and what he's saying, and it's just a lot, man, you know, and I owe it to y'all. There I go again. Poking my chest out. Yeah, I really went hard on that Poet Palaquin track, man, for y'all. I really did. I don't even think I've heard nobody rhyme like that before, ever.
It's in your blood, man. You can't help it, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can't help but to poke the chest out, man. You have a little bit of fun, and then you got to go right back to.
And you know what? I be doing it strictly to like keep me just occupied. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't do it, then I'm gonna sit there and feel like, man, stop rapping, man. You ain't saying nothing, man. But I'm always trying to say something. You know what I'm saying? And then every now and then, motherfuckers be trying to do shit, and then you gotta draw a sword and shit, and the niggas be like, you know what I'm saying? Draw a sword, and they try to make up reasons like, I better not see you trying to draw no sword again after what happened in 22. Like, you crazy, man. I draw a sword, nigga, whatever, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Just, you know, just cause you that the third happened, man, you know, don't mean you can't draw a sword, man. You draw a sword, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
This is rhyming, man. This is lyrics, man. You know that dude, they get uptight. They get uptight, man, when they know that's coming.
No doubt. Hey. What's the NFT all about and Master Builder?
So Master Builders, CaniNFT.com, CaniNFT.com, CaniNFT.com. That's where you can go. That's the go-to for everything cannabis. You know, you want to go there. You want to get, you know, some of the older projects, all of the recent projects. You know, get up to date information on what's going on, mainly. You know, and then of course like merchandising. You know, just these one of a kind things that you really can't get anywhere else. It's there at CaniNFT.com. Shout out to Mike Mons.
Yes, sir.
And Mike off for building that wonderful site. You know what I'm saying? That site gets the job done, man. Like people go there, you know, they have so much to choose from. You look, you see, you know, and then you know, shout out to my team, you know what I mean? Like the Rippers, you know, I got a Tranquil Beast, you know what I'm saying? Yaz the Face, you know what I mean? Femi, you know, another label that, you know, I'm co-owner of, you know, Femi Music, man. Like it's crazy, man. Like we got artists coming out performing tomorrow at this show out here in Portland, Maine. You know, if you're in the area, come out, have a look, you know, have a look, see. You should enjoy it. And you know, I know it's gonna be on tape. I know people are gonna tape it so you could watch it at another time, you know, the later time. But yeah, Femi Music is dope, man. You know what I'm saying?
Very
Femi
dope.
Music. You got acts coming. Yeah. Hey, yo. You live on TV. You live on interview on TV. Yeah. Now you're in the small thing, but you live on TV. Yeah. They can hear you and everything. Okay. Yeah. We'll build later, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's Uncle E and Sincere.
Peace.
Oh, let me roll up this window, bro. I'm in traffic right now. Uncle E and Sincere.
Peace.
Bro, for sure. Tell them I said what's up. They saying peace right now. What's up? Yeah. They saying peace right now. Go ahead. Yeah. Finish up your interview, bro. I'm in traffic. All right, bet. Okay, that deal. All right. Peace. Yeah, so you know everybody got a Bruce Wayne, man. Everybody got a Bruce Wayne on their team, man. Everybody needs one, man. And I got mine. Right. Yeah, right. Man. Like, you know, so every now and then come through and be like what's his name? What's the dude's name? Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah. We have now, man. Alfred be like, yo, I got this new flamethrower, man. The mic just turn it up. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. I got some toys coming for y'all, man. Y'all, man, out there in hip hop land. And you know what? I can't wait. What region of the country you in, Sincere?
Indiana.
Yeah.
All right, Uncle
I'm in New York.
I know you
in New York.
I know you. You think about New Yiggy all day, man. So what we do is let's get up, man. Like let's really get up physically in the flesh at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
somewhere,
sure.
man. And I wanna have like a yeah, man. I just wanna have a I wanna have like a powwow with y'all, man. You know?
For sure.
What I was wondering too, man, is like if in the future, man, could we like get some of the label workers who were like the people who were interning, doing promotions, marketing, like the team, like basically, Uncle E, you will remember the Garnett Reed. You remember Garnett, man, don't you? Garnett
the what?
Reed. Garnett Reed.
Garnett Reed.
What about you, Sincere?
Refresh my memory. He
There's a
worked. He
guy
worked
named
where?
Garnett Reed. He was like, he was the ultimate, God bless the dead, you know what I'm saying? But he was like one of the ultimate, like, A&R assistant, promotions, marketing, admin. But he used to
Right, right.
touch the concrete, get out there. He was like Super Mario. Remember Super Mario?
Okay, okay. Yeah. I've heard that name thrown around a lot.
Yeah. Garnett was, what I'm
Okay.
saying, where all the bodies was buried, man. He was one of the number one guys. You got a couple others too. You got Ralph. You got a couple others. They passed away. Sweet dear lady that passed away. You got like then you got like the living. You got Bynum. You got you got quite a few, man. And I was wondering if like, and I would try to help fund it, man. Like where we just did like a party for them, you know what I'm saying? Where we all got together and we all invited them out. Like we had like a shuttle bus come get them and then invite them.
Kind of like give them like an appreciation.
Yeah. Because they work for the labels, man, and without them, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't have really had no home,
Right.
And even
That's
though,
interesting.
Where you located? Where you located at right now?
DC.
Okay.
DC. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got to definitely put something together, man. And
up there, dog. We getting salt and pepper and all that shit. I got to trust me, dog. Like, you feel me? Like salt and pepper crazy under there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to start to like these are things that add years on to people's lives, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, every other thing got them, reunion, 10-year reunion, 20-year reunion, where's ours?
Right.
They
I'll
matter.
definitely link out to your email and pass on
Invite
the information.
Invite Torre. Stop being a
Yeah.
stranger and shit.
Yeah.
DVD guys. Now, man, I swear it's all love. Just had niggas come together, man. It wouldn't be so bad if because it's one thing like, you don't see each other and thing, but then it look like they hiding or something, man. I know nobody ain't hiding, but I'm saying like you don't have to hide, man. Just come on out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We all together, you know what I'm saying? Eat food, laugh and shit, and no recording that. You know what I'm saying? We'll take a group picture.
Yeah. Just some regular.
Make money off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Just some regular shit, man.
Grown, man. We grown and we gotta do this stuff to add years onto people's lives, man.
Yeah. Right. So, man, Canibus, like we said before, there's so much that we could touch on. Unfortunately, I know your time is precious and there's a lot of other things that we got to get to. But thank you once again, man. We appreciate you. And aside from hip hop, as far as just your regular life, like how we like to call it, we commend everything you've done. I know you did your time in the military and you've put in a lot of work outside of hip hop as well. So we commend everything you've done for hip hop and outside of hip hop. So on behalf of Changing of the Hip Hop Guards, myself, the journalist Sincere, shout out to M80 as well for making all of this happen. We appreciate him. And you, sir, I don't know what else we can say, but thank you so much for everything you've done. Absolutely. And please continue doing what you're doing. Like we talked about all that main media and all of that. There's a lot of people like me and Sincere still, like trying to navigate through all of that to give you guys, to show you guys a lot of love, man.
I feel it, and I love you for it. You know what I'm saying? It's from the core of my being, every molecule of my body. I want to thank you, and I did feel loved for this show. I appreciate it so much. I never forget it. I come back anytime y'all want me to, man. There's no rush. No rush on love.
And man, whatever you're doing today, man, have a good day. Enjoy, and we'll be looking out for all your new stuff.
I started my day off real good, man. I should be all right, man.
Oh, yeah. Listen, same here, man. Same here. You have no idea. It's been an honor.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Canibus. We'll stay in touch.
All right, Sincere. Peace.
All right. Peace. Blessings.